Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this very trendy and stylish cowl neck top. It also has a backless design. It's super easy and beginner friendly, and you can get done with this in a very short time. So if you're interested in this, make sure to watch until the end. Alright, let's get right into the video. For starters, I'm going to be using approximately 1 yard of lightweight fabric. The full length of my top is 20 inches, so I'm going to be using 20 inches plus 1 inch of sewing allowance for this part, which gives me 21 inches. Then for this part, we're going to be using our neck depth. My neck depth is 28 inches plus 1 inch of sewing allowance. That's going to give me 29 inches. How we shall get our neck depth is we shall place the tape measure like this. From one shoulder to the other, I'll leave a picture. And so mine was 28 inches. That's how you can take the measurement. You can make yours deeper in case that's your preference. Next things, we shall be getting our neck circumference. Make sure you don't make it very tight. Mine was 13.5 inches. So using that measurement, I'm going to cut out an interfacing. As you can see, the length of this is 13.5 inches. And then the width is going to be 4 inches. We shall later be putting this on fold, so I'll be explaining that later. Moving on, you'll also cut out the actual neck strap. The measurement I used here was 25 inches on fold, meaning when it's not on fold, it's actually 50 inches long. Then for the width, it's 4 inches as well, just like the interfacing. So generally, these two pieces will be working together. I'll be showing you how to go about it later. And lastly, we shall be cutting out our waist straps. As you can see, those are two separate pieces. Each of them was 7 inches wide, and then the length was 25 inches. As you can see, those are two separate pieces. We shall later be putting these pieces on fold to create the belts. Anyways, we can now move on to the sewing. I'm actually going to start with the belts. What we are going to be doing is we shall be folding it with the wrong side outside. So right now, as you can see, I'm just doing that. The right side is inside and then the wrong side is outside. When it's on fold, it's 3.5 inches. Using 0.5 inches of sewing allowance, I'm going to sew it like that and then go to the other side. And then I'll be leaving that part open. I'll go ahead and repeat the same process with the other one. With the wrong side outside, we shall stitch it like that all the way to the other side and leave that part open, whereby we shall be turning it to the other side. As you can see in this next clip, I've already finished with that. I stitched it just like that and left the other side open, so I'm going to just flip it to the other side. You can either flip it like this, or the easier method is what I'm going to show you in the next clip. First, cut out that excess to prevent bulk, and then you're going to get any object and insert it from the closed side, just like you see me doing the video, and then just keep on pushing it all the way to the other side till it's out. You can also use the object to push out the corners, just like you see me doing the video. After you're done with that, we shall go ahead and press it with a flat iron. And then for that open side, we're just going to close it off. We shall just push in that excess fabric and then stitch it down. That's to make sure that we don't have any raw edges. Next thing is we're going to move on to our main piece. We shall turn it to the wrong side and then we're going to be hemming all the four corners. So I'll just be folding it twice and then hemming it all the way around. The last part we're going to work on is our neck straps. Like I told you, this is on fold. So what we're going to do is we shall make sure that we notch the corners while they unfold, just like you see me doing in the video. You can also do that with the interfacing. When you're done with that, we shall then open it up to the wrong side. Just ignore the white marks, that's not necessary. So we shall match the two centers just like you see in the video, and then we're going to go and press it with a flat iron. At this point, I'm done with that. So now I'll put it back on fold just like you see in the video. And now from that center, we're going to mark 3.5 inches. We shall do that at the bottom and then at the top, and make sure to notch those points. Or if you don't notch it, it's okay, you can still just manually mark it on the other side as well. So from the center, also mark 3.5 inches at the bottom and the top of the other side. The next thing you're going to do after that is you're going to be putting the piece on fold. The right side is inside, and then I'll just pin it in place. Make sure that the points that you've marked are matching on both sides, from the top and the bottom. So from these 2 points that we marked, we're going to be measuring 1.5 inches or 2 inches away from that mark, just like that. And then on the other side, also use 1.5 or 2 inches away from it and mark it. The next thing we shall do is we're going to be stitching, starting from this side. Using 0.5 inches, we shall close off that part and then sew it all the way. And then when you reach that point, we shall be leaving the 1.5 inches without stitching, and then jump to the next point, stitch it. Then when we reach the next point, we shall stop stitching, leave the 1.5 inch space unstitched, and then continue from the next point and sew up to this other side. But when we reach this other side, just leave this other side open, don't stitch that part. We shall be using that part to flip it to the right side. As you can see, at this point I've already finished stitching it. I went ahead to stitch it like this, and then when I reached here, stopped, left the 1.5 inch, stitched there, stopped, left the 1.5 inch, and then stitched it all the way. And so that part that's left open, we're going to be using it to flip it to the right side, just like you see me do in the video. So I started off from the part that's closed off, and I've inserted my instrument, and so yeah, just follow what I'm doing in the video. As you can see, at this point I've already finished flipping it to the right side. What I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be closing off this edge. I'll just be pushing it inside and then stitching it closed. So if you look at the bottom, you'll notice that there are the two parts that are left open. I had actually left 1 inch, which was really tiny, so that's why I told you to leave either 1.5 or 2 inches. Anyways, after pressing it with a flat iron, that's what it looks like. We're now going to be joining the pieces. So at this point, I'm just getting the holes and then opening them up like that. That's where we're going to be inserting our main piece. So like I told you earlier, for the main piece, I just went ahead to hem all around the 4 corners, and I'm already done with that at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 2 corners at the top, and I'm going to be inserting them into those 2 holes. I'll then be pinning it down like that, and then also on this side, I'll just insert and then pin it down. I'll then go ahead and stitch down the pieces just like that. As you can see at this point, I've already finished stitching down the pieces. Now the last thing we're going to be doing is we shall be flipping it to the wrong side of the fabric. Then I'll be getting my belt. I'll be getting the part which I top stitched, and then I'll be placing it on that position, just like that at the bottom, and then I'll be stitching it down. And then also on the other side, I'll just be placing it at the bottom just like that, and then I'll be stitching it down. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. As you can see, I've already finished doing that, and so the top is basically done. Guys, if the video was helpful, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Also, if you like such content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.